Hey, this is Ian. I was calling about your Zillow listing on Quail Park Place. Is that still available?
Yes, it is.
Okay, awesome. I had my partner Isaiah actually saw the listing and just wanted me to reach out, gather a few more details, and possibly make an offer and schedule a walkthrough. Did I catch you at an all right time?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. And what was your name, miss?
Dina.
Dina, nice to meet you again. This is Ian. But yeah, I mean, the point of this call is pretty basic. It's really just more for us to find out a little bit more about it and make sure what we do would even make sense for you. And at the end of the call, if you feel like it would make sense to, go over our offer, then I could walk you through the next steps.
Okay.
I did want to ask, do you happen to have a pen and paper on you or something that you could write down my contact information and some information on our company? Just that way you have a little better idea of who you're speaking with and who you might be doing business
Sure,
with.
go ahead.
Okay, awesome. So like I said, my first name is Ian. That's spelled I-A-N.
Mm-hmm.
My last name is Gretch, and that's going to be spelled Groetsch.
Okay.
Awesome. And then the name of our company is GCO Capital Ventures. So it's going to be the three letters GCO, which stands for Great Cash Offer, and then Capital Ventures.
You guys have any other properties that you want to sell?
Okay.
And is this a cell phone, Dina? Can you see the phone number I'm calling you from?
So, let me see.
If not, I can read it out to you, but it's that 972 number.
Okay, 972-5444.
Yes, ma'am. And that would be one of the best office lines for us.
Okay.
But so
Where are you located at, Ian?
we're located in Dallas. We do business not everywhere in Texas, but pretty much most areas of Texas. We've got a lot of contractors out there in Odessa that would go see the property. It wouldn't be me personally meeting you out there if we scheduled a walkthrough. But yeah, I mean, we typically buy these to either keep in our rental portfolio. Sometimes we'll just try to get in and out quick and flip it, or we'll even finance it to a retail buyer sometimes. We'll basically be the bank for them and make the money on the interest. But I mean, kind of catch me up to speed, Dina. I mean, the house, do you live there? Is it a rental for you? What's going on with it?
Yes, we currently live in the residence.
Okay. Where are you headed next?
We're not sure. We just know we're water people and we live in the desert, so we want to get out of here. We've been here our whole lives, so.
Oh, yeah. I gotcha. And I mean, is it just you? You say we, is it like you and a spouse?
Yeah, my husband and I.
I gotcha. Is he around to jump on the phone with us?
No, he's at work.
Okay, no worries. We can recap everything with him later. I mean, if we were to get you, an offer on this that makes sense for you, I mean, we're always flexible on timeline, and we could even help you possibly find something if you know exactly where you're looking. I mean, I guess, because you just said you're not sure where you're headed next. I mean, if we get you the right number on this, how much time do you think you would need to get that figured out?
Oh gosh, I don't know. We actually like the Graham Lake area, not Possum Kingdom, but Graham Lake, or Lake Graham in Graham, Texas.
Okay.
We're looking for like waterfront property, but really kind of maybe not just land or land with something small on it, or land that we could build on.
Okay. And yeah, I know you mentioned you've been out there your whole life, but you're water people. I mean, do you guys usually take trips out to, places like that, or you're just?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And how long have you guys been thinking about actually making the move?
We put our house on the market 4 years ago. And we've had it with different realtors, and then my mom got sick, and so we took it off the market. And then she just passed away last week, so we figured, well, now's the time. We don't have any other reason to be here. So.
I gotcha. I know I'm just a stranger, and everybody says this, but I am truly sorry to hear that, and my heart does go out to you.
Yes, thank you.
But so she was the only family you really had there?
Well, I mean, my husband's family's here, but he doesn't really see them much. And then our kids are all here, but they're all houses on the market trying to sell, get out. They're all moving too. So.
Oh, really? Are they looking to move to the same area?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
I gotcha. So, I mean, besides just, wanting to get towards the water and, I mean, your mother's passing, I mean, was there anything else that came up, made you just list it now?
Well, I've tried like 3 or 4 different realtors, and nobody's really done anything once I've gotten with them to put on the market. It just seems like I don't know how realtors work, but it's just almost like they just expect people just to reach out to them and say, hey, can we see it? There just doesn't get a lot of pushing for it, and I don't see anybody doing anything, and so I thought, well, hell, I'll just try it myself.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Especially nowadays. I mean, it's like you said, they'll kind of just post it, try to get the listing, and then hope they get traction on it, but they're not really out there really pushing it like they should. Some do, but it's hard to find them nowadays that do that. And I mean, I did notice that this was literally just listed within the past, it says 21 hours on Zillow. I mean, have you gotten other calls on this yet, or any other offers?
Yeah, I have, but I mean, I haven't really paid much attention to them. If I'm being honest, I've been working all day, so I haven't really talked to anybody but you.
Okay. Well, hopefully I can be the...
phone number, but I call back.
Yeah. Hopefully I can be the first and last.
Right.
And so...
It would be nice, make my life easy.
Yeah. I mean, so ideally, like I said, if we work with you on the timeline, we get you, what you want on this. I mean, it sounds like ideally you want to move as soon as possible. Is that right? As long as you find something?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be a best case scenario anyway.
Okay. And yeah, we have a lot of properties ourselves sometimes that we're selling. I don't believe we have anything over there, near Lake Graham, but again, we can definitely reach out to agents we work with and help you with that. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, we'll usually one of the 3 exit strategies we'll do is just rent it out, put some work into it, flip it. Or if we do have some retail buyers we work with, a lot in Odessa as well. I mean, this particular pocket where the house is at, I'm not too familiar myself. I mean, would you say it's a lot of rentals here, or is it mostly owner occupants, you think?
Mostly owner. I do know the house across the street diagonally is a rent house, and it rents for like $3,800 a month.
Is that a 3-bedroom, or yours is 3-bedroom, 2.5,
I think it's
right?
3 or 4. I'm not sure.
Okay. And then yours is 2 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom, right?
Correct.
Okay. Trying to pull this up on the aerial view because on Zillow it was taking me to the wrong spot. It is 2416 is the street number, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, here we
It's a
go.
quarter lot, and it's about 1/3 of an acre.
Yeah, corner of Pepper Ridge and Quail.
Yes.
Okay. And is Pepper Ridge, is that like a main road? What's the speed limit
Yeah,
on
it's a
Pepper
main
Ridge?
road.
Do you know?
25, I believe, 25 or 30. I think it's 25.
Okay. I gotcha. And I mean, I see the house was built in 81. Are you guys the original owners or no?
No, we've only been here 10 years.
Oh, okay. And all these photos here on the listing, I mean, were these just taken recently and should be totally accurate?
Yeah, they were taken, I think like last summer, July of last summer. They're the ones that were taken and posted by the last realtor.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say they look pretty professional. Most people, you'd be surprised how rugged a lot of the photos are when people post their houses for sale by owner. And I mean, since you guys have been there, I mean, some of the major things, like the roof. I mean, have you ever replaced that?
Yeah, we put a new metal roof on it last July, and rebuilt the the patio out back, has like a gazebo type patio out back, and then built a new storage building out back as well. So they all match the new roof. They all have metal on them as well.
Storage out back. It all has- Okay, none of those other structures have like utilities ran to them, do they? Like electrical?
No.
Okay. And the windows, do you think those are original to the build from 81?
No.
They're not?
No.
Do you know when they were replaced? Is that something you guys did?
No, not us.
Okay.
But there are windows that don't. The only one that opens is in the guest room. The rest of them are like double pane glass windows.
Okay. Okay. And as far as any other structures on the lot, again, just that, I mean, in the back, there's that patio that I can't see from the street view, and then just that extra storage unit that was just built last July or so.
Yeah, and then there's also an in-ground hot tub.
Oh, okay. Does that need any maintenance, or do you guys use that pretty often?
Yeah, we use it.
Okay. That's fine. Okay. And as far as that, actual structure of the home, I mean, I do see it's brick build, which is good, 81, so not too long ago. But I mean, have you noticed, any cracks or anything in the walls that might indicate that it might need, foundation to be, looked at or leveled?
No.
Okay. Do you know if it sits on a concrete slab or if it's like on pier and beam?
No, it's concrete slab.
Okay.
Slab.
Foundation, no issues. And we'll come out there and take a look, like I said, and just confirm all this. But the pictures really do help. A lot of the properties we are making offers on before we even see them in person, we don't get any pictures.
Oh, wow.
And then, the HVAC system, it does have central heating and air, right?
Yes, it has two.
HVAC. And is that something you guys ever replaced since being there the 10 years that you have?
I know one's got like a brand new compressor, I think, last year, the year before. But no, we do regular maintenance on them. It does have two hot water heaters, and they're both brand new. Like within last year.
Okay, that was my next question. Water heaters last year. Okay. And real quick, just back to the AC, you did say that those are serviced regularly.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sure you would, I didn't see anything in the listing regarding this, but as far as plumbing and electrical goes, have you and your husband experienced any issues with those since being there?
No.
Okay.
No.
More electrical. Okay. And for the flooring, it just looks. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say it does have two fireplaces that are like back-to-back fireplaces, but it's not a through all the way through. They're just two separate fireplaces.
Let's see that in the photos.
There's two living areas, so one in each one.
Is that in the photos? I don't see the fireplaces. It might not be, but no worries.
Yeah, it might not be.
I did see the hot tub in the very last photo. That's really, I see it under like the little covering with the fan over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And for the flooring, it's just that it's like tile throughout the entire place, other than where it has the carpet.
Yeah, there's carpet in the front, the formal living room and the formal dining room. And then there's carpet in all three bedrooms and tile in the bathrooms and through the rest of the house, kitchen and hallways. And
Okay. Is that carpet
it's
original?
also not, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if that carpet was original to when you guys moved in, or if you've ever had that redone or replaced.
It was new when we moved in.
Okay. And I'm sorry, what were you saying?
It might be smart to know. I always think this is a great selling point for it, but it has extremely wide doorways and hallways. Like my mom was in a wheelchair, and there's more than enough room for her to maneuver in the hallways and stuff.
Okay. She was living with you guys?
No, but she came over here quite frequently.
Okay. I gotcha. Again, I mean, these pictures really help. I usually ask everybody this, Dina. I mean, let's say you and your husband were to, keep living there for a while, and you had 20 to 30,000 you were only allowed to spend on the house. I mean, what changes would you do?
If I'm being honest, I would take up all the carpet and put in like laminate flooring or continue the tile flooring.
Okay.
Just because I hate to maintain carpet.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely do that if we go the route of renting this out. For that same reason.
For renters, it would be a nightmare to maintain.
Yeah, and every time we do rent something out, we're pretty good at keeping the same tenants for a while. But yeah, it's just never. I mean, you always have to replace that. Anytime a tenant does move out, usually, even if it's fine, they'll want that replaced. So that LVP flooring that's really big right now, like the engineered wood, or like you said, just more tile throughout to match the rest of the place. Okay. Is there is there anything else that I haven't asked you, any more selling points, or just anything maybe I can't see in the photos that you do think I should put in my notes here for Isaiah to know?
The house is kind of laid out like in a horseshoe type layout, and there's windows that on all the hallways, the living room, the kitchen, all windows face the hot tub area. And there are 3 doors that go out to the backyard, so you can get to the backyard from like the master bedroom, the hallway, and the kitchen, which is very convenient, because we have dogs that we let out in the backyard, and so you don't have to go around to the complete other opposite end of the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is that backyard fenced?
Yes, it's wood fence.
Okay. How many dogs do you have?
And partially brick. Huh?
I was wondering how many dogs you had.
Oh, we have 2, and then I have a grand dog that comes and stays occasionally when I babysit.
I gotcha. I did have a dog recently, and he died within the past year. It was a Cane Corso. What kind of dogs do you have?
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I have a border collie and a Chihuahua.
Okay. I bet the Chihuahua thinks it's a tougher one, huh?
Yep, he's 12, and he's the mean one.
Yeah.
Oh, he even bullies my husband and I, so.
It bullies you and your husband? Is that what you said?
I said, yeah, he even bullies us.
That's pretty funny. Okay. So, again, I've got Isaiah running numbers on this right down the hallway. I always like to ask everybody this. I mean, how'd you guys kind of come up with the 395 number?
Well, we initially had listed it, I think, $450, $445. The roof cost us $30-something thousand. And so we just kind of, when we put it back on the market after we put the new roof on it, we just kind of did that to allow so we could compensate our money back. But the realtor that I had was just like, his excuse for it not selling was it was priced too high. Although when I first put it on the market, he said it wasn't priced high enough for the price per square foot. So we just thought, we're not trying to get rich out of it. We would still just like a certain amount of money to be able to leave with, in pocket kind of thing.
Yeah. Did you say the realtor thought it was priced too low, or is that what you said?
No, he thought we priced it too high.
Oh,
and
okay.
That was his excuse for not being able to sell it. So it was every time he reached out to me and wanted to do an update, well, let's lower the price. And so when the contract ran out with it, he was like, look, I'm not going to agree to relist it for you unless you knock off $100,000. And I was like, no, I'm not going to give it away. So we just butt heads. And so after that, I was kind of like, well, I'm not going to deal with the realtor for a while because, quite frankly, he pissed me off. So.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand that. I mean, ask them to knock off $100,000, that is steep. So I mean, and again, I mean, I see you had it last listed at 415. I mean, if you were to sell it at 415 when it was last listed at that, you were to pay the standard 6% or so in commissions, and then closing cost usually comes to another 2%. So 8% of that's about like 33,000. So you guys probably would have netted somewhere around 380. I mean, is that? So I guess my question is, how negotiable is that 395, Dina?
Well, I mean, so the question would be, am I paying paid 6% to a realtor, paying fees for him? Or am I, what would be my out of pocket before I walked away with?
Well, so anytime we make an offer, it's, a net number to you minus whatever might be owed on it. I mean, there is no realtor commissions with us. We cover any closing costs or, title and escrow fees that would be associated. So again, it's the number that you would walk with minus whatever's owed on it, obviously. I was just saying that, if you did sell it at 415 when it was last listed there, you guys would have, I mean, were you paying the realtor 6% commission? Or did you guys?
Yeah, paying him 6%.
Right. And then closing costs usually comes to another 2% or so. I was just saying that if you did, get it sold when it was last listed at 415, realistically, you would have walked, after commissions and everything with about 380.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the price is negotiable if that's what you're asking me.
Yeah.
How negotiable, I don't know. I'd have to really discuss it with my husband. We haven't really talked that depth in it. But it is negotiable. I mean, with all due respect, if we could get it done, closed quickly in cash and stuff, and then, now would you all handle the payoff on what I owe on the house, or is that something I would have to do?
Again, yeah, that's the only thing that does come out of it. I mean, how much do you owe on it, roughly, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't really want to tell you that right now.
No worries. But yeah, I mean, that would be the only thing coming out of it. But again, there's no extra costs. Like, you don't pay any realtor commissions, and we'll cover any extra closing costs that would be associated with the sale of the title company. But I mean, if we can get to a number that, makes sense for the both of us. I know we're going to have to recap. Well, and I'm sorry, what's your husband's name? Just so I don't have to keep calling him your husband.
Leonard.
I mean, if we can get to a number that, makes sense for you and Leonard, and, we hop on the phone with him later and you guys both like it, do you think you'd be ready to make a decision to move forward today? Again, if we give you enough time and make sure you get into something else so you're not, without a house.
Down here, I don't want to be homeless. So what would the time frame look like?
So, I mean, our standard closing is usually 45 days or less, depending on the exit strategy we go, sometimes longer, but, if you needed more than 45 days to end up finding something and use the funds from this sale to put into that house, again, we'll be flexible with you on that, so we could give you more time. But I guess to answer your question, our standard closing would be 45 days or less.
Okay.
Do you think that would be enough time, or are you just not sure? It all just depends on what's out there.
I would say yes, but then again, like I said, I haven't really looked at what's out there because we haven't had, I don't want to count my eggs before they're hatched. You know what I mean? My chickens before they're hatched. So I haven't really looked to see what's out there.
Okay. I guess. Well, I'll make a note of that. And I guess just to let you know how our process typically works, anytime that, we agree on a number, I'll send you over our written agreement to you and Leonard's emails, and, I could run through that with both of you together, just outlining price, timeline, again, like us covering any closing costs. We get that in place, send it to a local titling company. We usually use Secured Title of Texas, but I am, if there is a title company that you guys have a relationship with, we'd be all ears to using them. But we get that agreement in place, send it to title, schedule a quick walkthrough, just to confirm everything is the way that, you said it is. And again, these photos really help. And then again, with the closing time frame, we would agree on a closing date that would make sense for you guys to have enough time to get into something else.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, I think that's everything I think I need. I mean, is there anything else that I haven't asked you that, you think I should put in my notes here?
Not that I know of right now.
Okay. Well, let me do this, Dina. I'm going to put you on a super quick hold. I'm going to run like 20 feet down the hallway over to Isaiah. He's been running numbers on this the whole time we've been on the phone. And if he doesn't have an exact number for me, I can at least let you know a ballpark and see if it's worth coming out there.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
How do you feel about that phone call? Feel like it's a little too transactional or what? Feels like she seems scared or something, like unsure.
Well, yeah, because they don't know where they're going to go yet.
So why the fuck they listed it on the market?
Because they got to use the funds from this to get something else. Well, she has an idea, but they don't have like a house and stuff. She mentioned probably Lake Graham is where they'll go.
I'd be like, so what were you expecting to happen if somebody gave you a full price cash offer? Like, what the fuck? I'd just reassure her. Her biggest concern is moving somewhere. So that's the gap that's already there. And then just reassure her, like, we could take care of it. I'll try to do my best when I come in at second voice. You said her name's Dina?
Yeah.
What's good, Dina? What's up, girl?
I think this is her in the photo.
Is she old or is she bad?
I can barely tell, but she's big.
Oh. I like big girls. I could relate to them. I could finesse them easier. What's up, girl? You been eating them popsicle sticks?
It is one of the bigger houses. It's just it's dated.
Who the fuck is Forward RN? I don't even understand that shit.
Yeah, she has her shit listed way higher than everything else. Again, it is one of the bigger ones, but.
So you needed to offer her 300, right? Is that the same one?
What? I have no clue. I'm looking at comps right now. I didn't look at anything until just now. But the realtor, that's a red flag right there. It didn't sell on MLS at 415, and the realtor was saying they didn't want to list it again for them unless they dropped the price $100,000.
Who's gonna list the price? Wait, what was the red flag?
They had this listed on the MLS recently, and it didn't sell.
Oh, for how much?
415.
And then what are they listing it for now?
$399, and that's why I brought up right off the bat. Even if you got sold it at 415, you would have only netted like 380, and that's on the market. So you should expect less than that.
So you broke right now. I'll just let her know, like, say, girl, you tripping, right? Come on, you ain't gotta do all that, girl. Come on now.
Good thing is,
Dina, come on.
Should be able to novate this pretty easily because I know she doesn't care about walkthroughs. If she had it listed, she shouldn't. And they need time anyways. She didn't want to tell me what she owed. Okay, it looks like they owed $241. I'm gonna offer.
Hello?
Let her know.
$283,867. Wait, am I giving her the offer or do you usually?
This is the first hold?
I'm only gonna put her on one hold.
No, just do the 2 holds. Tell her.
I don't have anything. What? Why?
Hot water heater.
I already got all that.
Foundation.
I normally only do one hold, but.
You're gonna offer her what? Just put it in the offer box. Alright.
I gotta hurry up before she gets impatient. I think she's at work. Or she said she's been working all day.
Alright, what does she need the money to do?
Get the other place in Lake Graham, which is like a waterfront area.
She already knows what she wants?
Price wise?
No, like the house, exactly?
No, not the exact house. So that's another thing. I don't know what exactly she'll need. But all right. All right, Dina, you still with me?
Yes.
Okay. I've actually got my partner Isaiah, the one that had initially saw your listing, right here.
Hey, what's going on, Dina?
Hello.
You doing good today? I seen this house. I thought it was a good little house for us to invest in. Ian's doing his job. Is he doing a good job so far?
So far, so good. We'll see.
We'll see. Well, we got a number for you and we got an offer, but I mean, I just want to make sure that it'll actually work for you and it actually makes sense for you. Ian was giving me some of the details and fill me in again. Does she owe something on it?
She does still have a note.
Yes, I still owe on it, but I didn't tell him how much.
How much you get? You think? I don't want to offer less than it.
Well, I'm not going to tell you that.
I mean, ballpark. You ain't got to tell me the exact number. I mean, what am I going to do with that information? I just want to make sure that, you know, the offer just makes sense for you, you know?
I'm not going to tell you that. You tell me what you can offer, and then I'll decide if it makes sense for myself.
Okay, that's a deal. Well, I mean, we could just look on the tax records. I mean, if you just want to look that up real quick.
Sure.
Well, I mean, all right.
You could.
Yeah, I could. Hold on.
It's right here.
What? Oh, 241? I mean, that's the estimated. You say that's about right, 241?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So now you're going to lowball me. Is that what you're saying?
No. We came in at a higher number, a number higher than that. We just wanted to make sure that you didn't owe like, you know, 400 or 300 or something.
Well, it's that, and I was also telling him that you don't know exactly. I mean, I told him you were thinking Lake Graham, but you haven't looked at, you know, specific houses, and you know, we're kind of wondering like what exactly you need to walk with in order to, you know, put something down or get the next house.
Because we're all about solving problems, right? We don't just lowball people. I know, you know, there's a negative connotation around a lot of investors. All they want to do is lowball and try to make as much money as profit as possible off of, you know, helpless homeowners, but that is not the case with us. So you are in luck, but yeah, we do want to make sure that it actually makes sense for you and it works. I mean, because if it didn't make sense, then it just wouldn't make sense to even go through all this or give an offer. And Ian was telling me that you know where you want to go, but you didn't really pick out a house yet. But at the same time, I mean, I'm assuming you want to move because you had it listed on the market before, but it just didn't work out for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest with you, where we go and where, well, the reason why I haven't looked at it is because anything really is because we don't know. Don't count your chickens before the eggs are hatched, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if I didn't know what I was going to get off this house, then I didn't really want to get my hopes up on looking for anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I had told Ian earlier, we've had our house listed off and on for 4 years now.
Dang.
With different realtors. Yeah.
Why do you think none of those realtors were able to get the job done?
Well, if I'm being honest with you, this quite isn't something that, because I don't know you, but my husband and I firmly believed there was a reason why the Lord hadn't sold our house. And when my mom got sick and was terminal, then we decided that's the reason why we didn't sell our house. So we took it off the market when the contract ran up, and we didn't relist it.
Well, I am also a fellow brother in Christ, so I'm with you on that. I assume that's what you meant when you said the Lord.
Absolutely.
So I could understand that.
We had, let's see, I think it was 2 or 3, I guess when we first put the house on the market, there were 17 houses within the 2-block radius of where I am that were all for sale. Every one of them has sold except ours. Ours was the second largest, and it was listed at the lowest amount per square footage. And so that's why we couldn't understand why it wasn't, and it's a beautiful home. We couldn't understand why it was not selling. But that's our determination, was that the Lord had other plans, and I'm the only one of my siblings that's here, and if I wouldn't have been here when my mom was terminal, then she wouldn't have had anybody to take care of her.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Everything happens for a reason. And look, if I could do anything, like if we don't decide to do business together, one thing I can do is leave you with some information, right? That way you could have a better idea of maybe why it didn't sell, and maybe how you could do something differently maybe in the future moving forward. But I had the same exact problem when I was selling a house in my neighborhood, right? So I grew up in Louisiana. I'm from New Orleans, and I had a house that I was doing a flip in, and I made a mistake. It was one of my very first flips. It was the biggest house in the neighborhood. And the price per square foot was looking good, just like I'm assuming this one is. But it did not sell for what I wanted to. And the longer I held money in there, the more money I lost. I had to take a slight loss on it. Still everything was a learning lesson. But the reason is the price per square foot, and it's same thing vice versa. Like if there's a really, really small house in like $1 million neighborhood, it doesn't matter how small that house is or whatever. It's in $1 million neighborhood, so it's going to be worth $1 million. And same thing with vice versa. A big house in a neighborhood that's all the houses are a little bit smaller than them, there's usually a cap rate on how much a house would sell for in that neighborhood. So I'm assuming that that's kind of the situation with this. So it doesn't matter how big the house is necessarily, or based off the price per square foot, there's usually a cap rate. No matter how big the house is, things in that neighborhood will only sell for so much. So when your house sells, it'll look like it has a really bad price per square foot, but in reality, the house is just bigger than every other house in the neighborhood, and there's a cap rate on how much a house would sell for in that neighborhood. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I don't think that's the case. Oh, shit, what happened? I don't think that's the case in this instance, because the house down this, like, half a block from me was $700,000, $800,000 house plus, and they bought it and sold it twice.
You said down the street?
Do you know the address to that one? And we're looking at the area.
It's on the corner of Hanover and Pepperidge, on the northeast corner.
It'd be that one right there.
I think it's 5001 Pepperidge, maybe.
Yeah, I see it from the aerial view. Which one? You said it is the corner of Pepperidge and Hanover, right?
Yes.
Pepperidge Place.
It's either that one or the one right across from there. Probably the one right across.
From the northeast corner.
Yeah, I think it is 5,000 Pepperidge. See any sales price on it?
Yeah, we're not seeing any sales on that one within the last. I mean, we could.
Yeah, it just sold, or they just moved in about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, maybe.
Oh wait, maybe this one. Oh yeah, you said northeast.
Yeah, it's that one, that one, that one.
It's a big house. I think it's like 6,000 or 7,000 square feet.
Oh yeah, it's that one.
Either they sold it or they didn't sell it, but it did say that it went contingent. But I don't know if it sold.
Yeah, they moved out and then people moved in, so I don't. It did sell. It took the sign out of the yard and somebody's living there.
That is a good house. And how big is that?
It's a big house.
4,500 square feet.
And how big is?
Like 39, I think, or 32.
32.
3228 is mine.
Yeah, the size of these houses here in this pocket are all over the place.
Yeah. I live on a cul-de-sac. and there's a park across the street. So like a little walking park and play park.
999 days on Zillow.
Shit.
There's something wrong. Oh, that's an auction property, it looks like.
It is?
It's, look at the description, yeah. Ongoing auction.
Oh. Hold on. Okay. All right, well. Mm. 32 brick.
New metal roof last July. Which you saw that.
Pull up this right here. Pull up close. There you go. All right, Dina. Well, look, we got an offer for you. I can't promise that you like it, but what I can promise is that this is a surefire offer, right? So if you go on market, yes, there's things like uncertainty, buyers and walking through, potentially backing out or asking for price reductions. The benefits of working with us is we'll work with you with whatever you need as far as moving, as far as a timeline, as far as covering closing costs so you don't have to come out of pocket for anything, and coordinating anything such as like a moving company, or you know, we sometimes even play for those moving costs as well. So we'll try to make it as convenient for you as possible.
Okay.
And we'll take it completely as is, so you really don't have to make any, you don't have to clean, sweep, paint, update anything else. But our offer as is, all cash, would be $283,876.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work.
I understand.
Yeah. No, because if I'm gonna move and give up, I'm gonna have to have at least walk away with $100,000 in my pocket after I pay my house off.
And what did we say was on the
That's
thing?
like 341 at least or so.
No, I owe 241 on it.
Right.
Well, about 250.
Right, but you're saying you need at least 100 after that, right?
Right.
And I mean, even if we were able to squeeze something and make it work up to 300 even, that wouldn't help you get into the other place.
No. No, there's no way my husband would even agree. I wouldn't even agree to that. Not when it's worth more than that.
Okay.
I was telling Ian, I just put a $30,000 roof on it, or a $35,000 roof on it last summer.
What would happen if you guys don't sell it and you don't move?
Well, I mean, I've been trying to sell it for 3-4 years now, and I haven't moved. So I still have a job. I still have a house.
God bless. That's a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe we could like go back and see if we can make something work, but I mean, I just can't see us coming past like.
I couldn't see us going over 3.
I was gonna say 310.
You see, they're not too far from it. Make it 340, and there you go.
I mean, to be realistic, I mean, it just wouldn't make sense for us to do that. Maybe we could do like 300. Well, Ian's saying 300. I'm saying 310. Like maybe somewhere there, but yeah, that's where we'd have to be at. I mean, keep in mind, we cover all the closing costs too. So any expenses dealing with the closing or the transaction, you know, we come out of pocket for that. And
Yeah, I don't know if you mentioned this, but this also would be with giving you guys, you know, plenty, like this would be with the closing on or before 90 days. So you'd have up to 90 days to find something else.
And you said that, moving fees you would cover too? Or you possibly could?
the last house we did, it was in the same price point. It was like $500,000, and yeah, we covered their closing costs. I mean, they were in a bit of a different situation, but yeah, we helped them find a place to move into, even though they were going through a bankruptcy, and we did cover their moving costs. It was only like $5,000.
Well, I mean, 5,000, right?
Yeah. I mean,
So you tell me what is your maximum that you can go, and then I will take that number and have a discussion with the husband.
I'd say take 305 back to your husband. Ian's pretty set on 300. I'm willing to go to 310, so I would just say 305. With us covering all the closing costs and potentially the moving expenses.
Okay, well, let me talk to my husband, right, but I don't feel like that's gonna be very, I don't think it's gonna be doable, just because even when we got low ball offers on the house before, it was still more than that.
You had offers more than 305 and you didn't take them?
Yes.
Was this after your mom passed?
No, this was last summer. And it would be as is, right? No, which means would be like no inspection, no whatever, right?
No
I mean, I wouldn't have
inspections.
to do anything to it.
Yeah, you don't. The way it sits is the way we'll buy it. So completely as is.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we always come out there and confirm everything is the way that you said it is. But again, a lot of the offers that we're making, we don't even see any pictures until we go there. So yeah, I mean, and the roof was just replaced recently. So really, unless like there was a foundation issue, then yeah, there'd be no reason. Like we're not gonna have a full floor plan inspection done. It would just be one of our guys going out there and taking a quick look.
All right, well, let me talk to my husband when he comes home, and I'll call you back up tomorrow, or
Yeah,
are you going to call me tomorrow, or what?
Yeah, let's let me check my schedule real quick. What time are you usually available? Or would be best for you? I'm pretty open tomorrow. I don't have many scheduled calls tomorrow.
Look at my calendar. Let's say 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that. Or yeah, I can do that. Would 10 actually?
Now, are you?
So I mean, I have a meeting at 9:30. Usually I'm done by 10, but sometimes it can go a little longer. Would 10:30 work?
Yeah, that's fine. 10:30 or 11, whatever's fine.
Okay, I'll do 10:30.
Morning is available for me tomorrow.
And your husband would be with you, like he'd be on the call too?
No, probably not.
Do you think it's better if he is?
Well, yeah, it would be, but I mean, he's here about 8:30 in the morning.
And then he leaves?
Yeah.
Does he get home like late at night?
No. Usually you'd say around 6:30.
I mean, that'd probably be better. Or do you think that'd be better for him or no?
Yeah, probably, because in the mornings he's just kind of trying to get out of the house. Yeah, probably. So you want to call me back tomorrow at 6:30?
We could do 7 if it gives him time to, if he gets home at 6:30, you know, it'll give him some time to like, you know, be home. And then we could call at 7.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
All right, cool. Well, I appreciate your time, Dina, and answering all those questions and working with us. I hope we could make something work.
Yeah, I do too. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
let me just talk to him.
Yeah, and
If I'm being honest, that's not what we were hoping. We had it in mind. We're trying to buy our retirement home. So,
I mean, do you think that's gonna be enough for the down payment on the retirement home?
well, I mean, I don't know. A lot of these I look at, they want like 70, 80,000 down. I was hoping to be able to put a chunk down so I would get my payments lower, because the plan really would be for him to kind of semi-retire and I work. So,
70, 80. Well, you never know, because you haven't really found the exact house yet.
no, that's true. But I haven't looked either, so.
Well, I'd say start looking and maybe we could make something work where it's a win-win-win for everybody. Wouldn't hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, you have a blessed rest of your day, Dina, and we'll talk to you tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dina. And if you guys, have any questions before then, you can definitely give me a call or text before then, and even before our scheduled time, of course. You have my information.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yep. You have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.